So, what exactly is your driving record hiding from you? Have you ever actually stopped to think about it? A single hidden error, maybe a tiny clerical mistake, or I don't know, a ticket you were absolutely sure was dismissed, can literally cost you a job opportunity. Or worse, it can spike your auto insurance premiums by an average of 18% right here in Idaho. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to make sure that does not happen to you. We're going to seamlessly guide you step by step through exactly how to request your Idaho driving record online, taking you from a total beginner to confidently navigating the state's digital portals. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover 1. Why your record matters, 2. The step-by-step guide, 3. Solving common issues, 4. Benefits of regular checks, and finally 5. Privacy and security. All right, Section 1, Why your record matters. Let's dive right into the real-world impact of your driving history. Because it's not just a random piece of paper. Formerly known as the ITD 3120, your Idaho driving record is heavily relied upon by a ton of different people. Employers use it to verify applicants, especially if driving is any part of the job. Auto insurance companies, they use it to assess driver risk, which literally dictates what you're paying them every single month. Courts and lawyers pull these for legal proceedings too. But maybe most importantly, you need to pull it to catch and correct hidden errors. A clean, accurate record is just absolutely crucial for both your personal and professional life. Okay, moving on to Section 2, the step-by-step guide. Let's get into the how-to. Getting your hands on this record is incredibly straightforward once you know where to look. We've got a simple 4-step chronological journey here. First, you access the Tyler, Idaho, and official DMV portals. Second, you provide your specific personal identifiers. Third, you select a legal reason for accessing the data. And fourth, you pay the required state fees. Now, right off the bat, when you start, you absolutely must verify the website's authenticity. You want to look for that official Idaho Transportation Department header. The state actually warns folks to always type www.dmv.idaho.gov directly into their browser. Why? Well, to avoid those sneaky third-party scam websites that claim to offer DMV services but end up tacking on hidden fees. Definitely don't fall for that. Once you're securely on the portal, the system needs 4 specific prerequisites to pull your data. You're going to need your full legal name, your date of birth, your driver's license number, and your social security number. The state system uses these exact 4 identifiers to search the active driver database. And here is a major pro tip. At least 2 of these must match their database perfectly to get a successful record hit. And speaking of your Idaho license number, the system can actually be pretty picky. A standard Idaho driver's license number is a 9-digit alphanumeric code. It's going to start with 2 letters, followed by 6 numbers, and end with 1 letter. Now, keep in mind, older license numbers might just be a social security number, or they might begin with specific prefixes like 910 or 920. But for most of you, you'll need that precise 9-digit format. After your identity is locked in and confirmed, the portal requires you to select a legal access purpose from a drop-down menu. You can't just go snooping on your neighbor's record for fun. You have to self-certify your right to view the record. Valid reasons include things like conducting legitimate business activities, legal court proceedings, insurance underwriting, or public safety matters. Of course, if you're requesting your own record, you absolutely have the right to do so. So, what's this going to cost? A standard record request typically comes with a base fee between $7 and $10.50, and that just depends on the specific portal and service fees applied at checkout. However, if you actually need this document for an official legal or court proceeding, you're likely going to need a certified record. That official certification carries an additional $14 fee, which brings the total up to roughly $21. You can usually knock this out via credit card, check, or money order. Now, the real beauty of doing this online is the processing time. Through the Tyler, Idaho portal, you get instant digital gratification. The record is generated immediately for download right there in your active browser session. If you decide to go old school and submit a paper form via traditional mail, you're looking at a multi-day wait just for processing, plus transit time. Oh, and one quick technical note for the digital route, make sure JavaScript is enabled on your web browser. The portal actually relies on it to securely process your inputs. Let's jump to Section 3, Solving Common Record Issues. Because, let's face it, sometimes tech doesn't perfectly cooperate. The state system has some really strict verification protocols. For instance, if you get a mismatched SSN error, it's usually because the Idaho Transportation Department electronically verifies your name, date of birth, and social security number directly with the Federal Social Security Administration. So if you've recently changed your name, you have to update it with the SSA several days before you even try requesting DMV records. Other common hangups include leaving mandatory fields blank or hitting website glitches, which, again, are usually solved just by enabling JavaScript. Okay, Section 4, Benefits of Regular Checks. Why should we bother doing this proactively? Well, monitoring your record is for sure about more than just spotting old traffic tickets. For commercial drivers, it's an absolutely essential way to verify medical certification issue and expiration dates. For everyday drivers, it helps monitor credential expirations and really acts as an early warning system. I mean, imagine catching a suspended license due to some random clerical error before you get pulled over, rather than finding out from a police officer on the side of the highway. Talk about a bad day. And look, if you do pull your record and see a ticket that's jacking up your insurance, you actually have options. The state of Idaho recognizes traffic class completion certificates, specifically approved defensive driving courses. Taking one of these ITD-approved courses can actually help mitigate points on your license, provided you hold an Idaho license, of course. It's a really great way to take control of both your driving habits and your insurance costs. Moving to our final core topic, Section 5, Privacy and Security Tips. Because this document contains highly sensitive personal data, it's so important to understand the Driver Privacy Protection Act, or DPPA. This is a federal law that, right alongside Idaho Code Section 49-203, basically acts as a fortress around your data. It legally limits exactly who can access personal motor vehicle records to very specific authorized individuals and organizations. The state takes this data protection incredibly seriously. When you use the portal, you actually have to check a box that says, I certify under penalty of perjury that I meet the authorization listed below. And they utilize strict data encryption measures to ensure your information is safe while in transit. They want to make absolutely sure that only the right people are opening the vault. To do your part in maintaining that security, we highly recommend a few common sense best practices. Always start at the official dmv.idaho.gov website. Never click on unverified third-party links that promise to get your record faster. When you go to pay, double-check that the payment portal is secure. Just look for that little padlock icon in your browser's URL bar. And finally, once you download that PDF to your computer, safeguard it. Please don't leave it sitting on a public or shared desktop. As we wrap up this explainer, we do want to leave you with a quick disclaimer. Government processes, digital portals, and state fees are literally always subject to legislative changes. We highly encourage you to verify the latest rules and fee structures directly with the Idaho Transportation Department to ensure you have the most up-to-date information when you actually go to make your request. Which brings us to our final question for you today. What steps will you take today to ensure your driving history accurately reflects your true record? Are you going to log on and check it right now? Or maybe look into a defensive driving course to clean up a past mistake? We'd love to hear your plans. Drop your thoughts or any questions you might have about navigating the DMV portal right down in the comments so we can keep this conversation going. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer, and hey, safe driving out there.